State of things in the society, especially in the area of marriage, is really going gaga, and we need to quickly address it before the devil sets families on fire. Like this lady, for God's sake, is for a married woman, is your husband supposed to tell you to clean your environment, to clean the home before going to church? That's an error. The man is not denying you. He's not saying don't go to church. He said this house must be kept well before you step out. And to crown it all, you said, eh, he treated me like a slave. Huh? You have presented yourself as a slave. You are a slave in that home because you don't even know your worth, you don't know your right, you don't know your left. And I'm sure that the man will be full of regrets. Why did I marry this kind of woman? If a man can complain about his surroundings, it means even me seeing you, the way you look, the way you are looking, I'm sure you are not up to 30 years, and you look like somebody who is already 40. Marriage is not the reason why you should lose your womanhood. A lot of us women, once we marry and we have that tag, Mrs., we forget about ourselves. We forget that before marriage came, we had a dream. And so because of marriage, we forget about our dream. And once the marriage is not working again, then life is gone for us. That is not the reason why God created you. Marriage is not only the reason why God created you. Marriage is just one aspect of it. One aspect of why God created you. And that is why a lot of people, once they fail in their marriage, then the next thing is depression and loneliness, because they feel marriage is the only reason why God created them. That is an error. Woman, I beg you in the name of God, go and build up yourself, develop yourself, know why you are in existence. God created you for a purpose. I beg you in the name of God, go and build up yourself, develop yourself, know why you are in existence. God created you for a purpose. And the book of Jeremiah, chapter 1, verse 5 says, before you were created in your mother's womb, God knew you and separated you to be a prophet, to add value to the lives of people. He did not say until you marry, before you become impactful. No, he said before you were formed in your mother's womb, he separated you apart to be a success story. So why have you lost your goal? Why? Because of marriage. And so once the marriage is not working, your life is gone. You need to have a change of mind. Then you said, I'm tired of the marriage. I cannot cope again. You are tired of the marriage. Let me tell you, if you make the mistake of packing out before you come back, another woman will take over the house. Listen, there are 1001 more qualified, more beautiful, more energetic, more sexy, more romantic, more financially buoyant that are ready, waiting to receive your husband in their warm embrace. Oh, have you not heard of women who will tell you, all I want is, I just want to have a child for you. I'll take care of all the expenses. You've not heard it, you've not seen it. It's everywhere. So You that you are not even adding any value to the man's life. You are doing shakara. Shakara oloje. You cannot afford to buy 30,000 LED lights and you are doing yanga. Say you want to leave that marriage. You that you are not even adding any value to the man's life. You are doing shakara. Shakara oloje. You cannot afford to buy 30,000 LED lights and you are doing yanga. Say you want to leave that marriage. You better think twice. Anybody telling you quit that marriage. Listen, I'm not supporting the man. I'm not supporting him for putting his hands on you. No, that's another area which I don't want to go. But for the man to have done that, you presented yourself as a slave. QED. No man can do that to. It's not possible. Ko possible now. Haba. Man will touch my skin like this. That man don't die that day. Because I know who I am. I know my worth. I know my class. I know where I belong. Listen, marriage is a mutual understanding between a man and a woman. And that is why it is always advisable that before you go into the marriage, discuss your terms of agreement. This is how we are going to live in this marriage. We are not going to have more than 2 children. We are going to live our life like this. This is the kind of quality education we want to give to our children. This is the role you are going to play in the marriage. As a husband, this is the role listen. Gone are those days when all the responsibilities are pushed on the man. It will not work again. The woman must be seen contributing. Even if you are not contributing financially, at least there are little things you must do to support the man. Secret with you. In those days when we just got married and things were not that okay, anytime my husband gives me my monthly allowance, I will make sure I try my best to buy only the necessary things I need for the home. I cut off all areas of wastages and I made sure that when he gives me that money, I save something from it. When I'm serving him food, I make sure that I serve him so well that he won't know that something is missing. I can afford not to eat any protein. The reason was because I knew where I was going. So those extras I was saving, I gradually saved the money to buy things that made life comfortable for me in my home. Then he didn't have money to buy a deep freezer for me. From the money he was giving me, I saved money to buy a deep freezer. When he saw the deep freezer, he was like, what happened? Who brought this? I said, I bought it. How? I explained to him. He was so happy. And to him, it's like, okay, it means I can trust this woman with my money. And that was where the basis of our trust started. Even when he didn't give me money to do something, I saved towards making life more comfortable. I didn't squander the money he was giving me. I was using it to build the home. That is why God says a wise woman builds her home. This man is not complaining of money. You yourself said it. My husband said I must sweep the rooms and I must sweep the just put your hand like this, cover your face and tell yourself shame on you. Haba. No. For marriage to work, there has to be understanding. Understanding that this my husband has left since morning. He must have stressed himself out, stress from his bosses, his subordinates, traffic, all those things. And by the time he's coming back home, he came back and met a disarray home. He came back and met that the wife was not even there. He's busy with his phone, pressing phone. Even when he became in, the wife did not know that he came inside. He came back in the next 2 hours. Food is not ready. You better pack and go back to your mother. Go back to your mother. And before you know it, another better person, well trained, who will not give. Listen, nobody wants stress again now. Nobody wants. Look at our young ones now. They go for men and women, ladies who are financially buoyant. Are you not seeing? Young men now, they are not marrying, you just finished university, you are sitting down in the next 3 years, you are still sitting with your mother, and your mother is still giving you one naira to go. No. They go for established ladies. Ladies who can define who they are. Ladies who will transform the life of the men, not anyhow ladies. And you are lucky to have a husband. By God's grace, you have 3 children, and you are playing with, listen, WHO, World Health Organization, for 2025, declared that men are scarce all over the world. You are opportune to grab your own. I beg, hold him like ego. But one thing I want you to know is that men are not stupid. No man will have a virtuous woman, a woman who is giving him peace and want to touch his skin like this. No, go possible. Marriage requires understanding. If you don't have understanding in marriage, your marriage will not work. It will not work. The reason is this. The man is coming from a different background. The woman is coming from a different background, different culture, different ideology, different principles, and 2 different. Like I said, my marriage was grace. I came from the ghetto. My parents were poor when they were alive. My father gave birth to us, myself and my late twin brother, when he was already 62 years. So nothing. Meanwhile, my husband's family, they are, when you say Ajebota, medium class, middle class. So imagine a gutter person who was brought up from Ajegunle having to live with a child brought up from, let's say, Ikoyi. They are 2 different people. I remembered the first drama we had was toothpaste. My husband, let's say this is toothpaste now. My husband will take his toothpaste and press from the bottom. Press it very smooth. That was how he was brought up. But I was brought up in Ajegunle. Ajegunle at times said no toothpaste to brush. You have to look for salt and use your finger. This God, thank you very much. So I was not used to pressing my toothpaste from the bottom. Once I get the toothpaste, I just press anyhow, and off I go. But my husband was not taking it easy with me. Huh? Each time say, ah, babe, why did you press this toothpaste like this now? I'll say, "Ah, initially I'll get angry. So why are you embarrassing me?" But later I now understood that he came from Ajebota's background. I came from Paki background. So I have to learn to understand that what he wants is that the toothpaste should be pressed from the bottom. So in marriage, there must be understanding for the marriage to. How much is the man earning as salary or income? Is anything coming from the woman? So if nothing is coming from the woman and it's only the man that is bringing in money, then you must have the understanding of how the money is spent. Let's say the man earns 500,000 naira a month. From the 500,000 naira, he wants to keep his rent, maybe where he's staying for rent. He has to be saving on monthly basis so that by the time he's going to renew his rent for the year, he will have where to fall back on. He has children in the school. He has to pay children's school fees. He has to give you allowance for feeding and other utility bills. And despite all the expenses, you as a woman, you are not thinking, say, this man is struggling. He doesn't have the money that comes in is not enough. Let me support him by managing with him. If anytime you want to eat, before you eat like 4 pieces of chicken, you can decide to help the man reduce it to 1. That is showing understanding. You go on holidays every summer. You need to have understanding that honey, we are still renting. We need to start saving towards having our own property. Give yourself targets. No saving, no investment mentality. Then you are ready for doom. So men want women who will have understanding of the time. The Bible says the children of Issachar had the understanding of the time. You need to have the understanding of the time in your marriage, that things are no longer the way it used to be. In those days, 30 years, about 30 years ago, when I gave birth to one of my sons, to have a CS operation, you don't spend up to 20,000 naira. In this present dispensation, for you to go to the labor room and have CS, if you don't spend close to 600,000 naira, then you are joking. And the fact is that the money that comes in has not increased, has not changed. So husband and wife needs to have understanding of the time, that things are no longer the way it used to be. Until that, no peace in the marriage. And that's why there is no peace in the society. The society is on fire because husband and wife are not telling themselves the truth. Husband and wife needs to sit down and think. That's why the brain is there, for you to think. He said, Come, let's reason together. That's what God says. He said, come, let's reason together. Husband and wife, come, let us reason. Sit on the round table and think. Discuss so that you can move forward. If you don't discuss and you are keeping things in your mind, there's no way your partner will know what you have in mind. You need to discuss issues. How much comes into the marriage? How much do you spend in a month? What is remaining? Do you know a lot of people are sick? A lot of people are sick because of pressure, the pressure of life. So that's why you see that a lot of youths are not getting married again, because the pressure of life is weighing so many down. The thought of, how do I take care of the woman if I marry her? How do I pay my rent? I will need to buy a car. I need to do this. So by the time they calculate and see the pressure, I'd rather just remain like this for now. And the young ladies these days are not helping out. They tell you money for hand, back for grand. You will remain a single for life until you have understanding of the time. Like the children of Issachar had the understanding of their time 40 years ago. We started with a 2-bedroom, and a 2-bedroom then, that was in the Delta State, was about 15,000 naira. And that 15,000 naira safe, we were in the big class, because how many people stay in 2-bedroom flat in those days? 15,000 naira a year. But in this present dispensation, depending on your location, if you are in Abuja, a 2-bedroom now is going for about 5 million naira, 6 million naira, depending on the location. So tell me, for a young man who is just starting life, when do you think you'll be able to save that much? That's just rent, servicing, all those service charges are not there before he will equip the home, the house. No, let's put our heads together. In those days, our first television, we bought it for, no, our first deep freezer, we bought it for less than 5,000 naira. A deep freezer now goes for as much as 400,000 naira. That's even the small size. Please, young ladies, you need to calm down. If not, World Health Organization prophecy analysis that women are more than men will begin to affect people. And you may say, after all, I don't even care. And when it's old age, that is when you know that loneliness is not good. Two are better than one. So there has to be understanding of what marriage is all about. A lot of us enter into marriage because we see others entering into it. And because we see others entering into marriage, we too